The third week of the NFL season is done. It is wrapped up. And now we can talk about what happened. Mike is bad. I know that Mike's bad. Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's just talk about the games already, all right? Let's go. Buffalo versus the Miami Dolphins. The Buffalo Bills took care of business in Buffalo, defeating the Miami Dolphins 31-21. Now, I'll give credit here where credit's due, that the Miami Dolphins actually played a pretty decent game here. However, Tua Tagovailoa needs to stick what he is good at. I feel like Tua's in this game trying to prove that he's like an elite quarterback, doing some improvised plays, throwing some trick shot throws, but he's not that guy. He's just not that guy. He's a pocket passer who throws to the wide open receiver and throws checkdowns. That is who Tua is, and that's all he's ever going to be. And there's nothing wrong with that as a quarterback. It's very serviceable. But when you try to be hero ball like Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, you're going to screw up your team big time. That's why there's only a few guys in the NFL that can actually do that correctly. And there's a lot of guys like Jameis Winston who throws a lot of turnovers. So Tua, don't do that. That is a bad idea. Josh Allen is a generational talent, and he can only do that because he's that good. It's a hard pill to swallow. Mike McDaniel's got to sit this guy down, put his hand on his shoulder, and just go, bro, you're not that guy. Just do what you're good at. It sucks, but the Dolphins kept it close. They just couldn't win because the Bills' defense is good, and Josh Allen is Josh Allen. What else can you say? Next game. Titans, Colts. The Tennessee Titans proved my ass wrong. I thought they were going to go upset the Colts, shock the world. The Colts are still riding high with a 41-20 victory. Daniel Jones... Every week this happens, I just don't know what to think of it anymore. I'm thinking like, man, Anthony Richardson sucks. And I'm like, oh, Daniel Jones isn't that bad. And I'm like, is Daniel Jones good? Because I'm slowly creeping to that conclusion that maybe this guy actually isn't that bad. And honestly, I think Anthony Richardson, the fact that he struggled so much in this offense and seeing Daniel Jones thrive, it just makes me think like, dude, how? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make a lick of sense how he struggled so much in this offense. When you got Danny Dimes killing it, man. Killing it. He's got 111 pass rating in 3 games. What the hell is happening? Oh my goodness. It also helps that Jonathan Taylor is a beast. One of the best running backs in the league. And the boys, they got a nice wide receiver core here. Again, last year he really didn't use his receiving core that much. He barely used Pittman. He used Downs a lot. Downs is getting less targets, but Pittman is clearly the best receiver on that team, and they're using him a lot, thankfully. Tyler Warren is a great addition, of course. The Titans here, it's fine. Nothing's wrong with it. 20 points. They lost. They're the worst team in the league besides the Saints. Actually, I think the Titans are the worst team in the league. Cam Ward played a fine game. You can't really fault him too much. This series is going to have growing pains. You can't really take too much of the bad he does because he can grow out of it. And again, 220, 1 touchdown, 1 interception is fine for a rookie quarterback. He's getting the ball out. He's not being a wuss. He clearly has talent. He'll clearly get better at quarterback, which is a good sign for this team. Now, the Colts are, in my opinion, the clearly the best team in the AFC South. Because we're going to talk about the next 2 teams in a second that both play like garbage, but one of them had to win. But we'll get to that later. I need Mike Vrabel to be on a watch list. I need this man to be on a watch list. What has Trayvon Henderson done to Mike Vrabel to not start him is beyond me. It is insane that if they just started Ramondre Stevenson, giving him more carries, they would have 100% won this game. Ramondre Stevenson, 2 costly fumbles. Antonio Gibson, the backup running back, for some reason, also fumbled. What is happening with the Patriots? I don't know why Mike Vrabel, he's done this before on the Titans. He did it with rookies before. He hates rookies. Dude, sometimes the rookies are better than the vets. Sometimes it is. Just start him. He's so stubborn. Mike Vrabel, as good of a coach I think he is the most stubborn coach in the NFL. He is as stubborn as Bill Belichick. And that's where I think his stubbornness comes from. Because this man could have won this game so easily if he wasn't so far up his own ass about starting a veteran running back who fumbles all the goddamn time, who has a fumbling issue, who fumbled twice last night! I'm raging out, man. The Steelers just, I should have saw this one coming, man. The Steelers always punch out these wins here. Aaron Rodgers played fine. He played good. You know what it is. He's actually playing pretty solid football. He's older, but he still has some juice left. I'll give the guy that. I'll give him that. Bucks, Jets. The Buccaneers just love making these last-time field goals, touchdowns, game winners. And it's great for Baker Mayfield's aura. No doubt about it. But it's not good for the team in the long run, because if you're squeaking out these wins left and right, eventually you're going to get your ass kicked. That's how history tells us. Happened with the Chiefs last year, happened with the Vikings in 2022. Squeaking out these wins doesn't help longevity, usually getting your ass kicked in the end by a team that's way better than you. But for now, it's working well, because Baker Mayfield's playing good football. Mike Evans got a touchdown finally. Bucky Irving's running. not that efficiently, but running. Tyrod Taylor, he did fine. This is Tyrod Taylor, man. He's a good backup. He'll get you in. He might win you a game or two. He's going to play some safe football. How old is he? Let me check right now. He's 36, and he still played the same relatively for 10 straight years, which is impressive, which I'll give him credit there. Tyrod Taylor is an all-time backup great quarterback at the backup position, and he did start, and he was a Pro Bowler and a playoff quarterback, so a nice long career for Tyrod Taylor. Good for this guy. The Jets did the best, and this is the first of many blocked field goals right here. Let's look at it right here. Yep, nice, right there for a touchdown. But Baker's just got that dog in him. You think Baker, against the Texans defensive line in Houston, driving a touchdown, you think he wasn't going to get a field goal at home against the Jets? You kidding me? The Bucs never lose in this game. But, good try for the Jets. They had heart. Raiders, Commanders. How did the Patriots lose against the Raiders? How did they lose against them? Oh, Mike Vrabel. The Commanders are still a great team. I know they lost to the Packers. The Packers are really freaking good, you guys. And Marcus Mariota was a one-starting quarterback who had taken his team to playoffs, who had won a game in playoffs, who has made the Pro Bowl, who's obviously one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league, and he showed it last night. He's great. He's a very great backup. No doubt about it. Geno Smith had good stats, but he didn't impress me one bit. Because outside of the first half, when it was somewhat close, he didn't do anything, man. He waited until the game was done to pass a Trey Tucker a bunch of times. Good for you. You got 3 touchdowns, 280 yards, and 132 pass rating. Why didn't you do that earlier in the game? Why'd you wait until later in the game when they're playing soft coverage defense? And why are you only passing to Trey Tucker when you have so many weapons other than Trey Tucker? You could pass to, Ash Genty, Jacoby Myers, or Brock Bowers. Trey Tucker is a very good wide receiver 3. He's a very good wide receiver 3. I'll give him that. But if you're just going to target Trey Tucker, you're going to lose this game. You're going to lose this damn game. And they did lose that freaking game. Mark Mariota played solid. Luke McCaffrey got involved for the first time in forever. Bill didn't play the greatest, but he got a tutty. Can't deny that. Debo was on fire. Ertz, one of the best veteran tight ends ever. Good team. They're a good team. No doubt about it. Dan Quinn, I thought he's a suspect head coach, but he's a good-ass head coach. Rams, Eagles. Here we go. I need to say this. The Rams should have won this game, obviously. Yes, obviously they should have won the game. Sean McVay, he's a great head coach. One of the best, top 5 head coach in the league. Don't care what anyone says. Top 5 head coach. Future Hall of Famer. He's one of the worst head coaches on 4th down in the league I've seen. For a coach this good, being this bad on 4th down is insane to me, because I feel like if this guy was, good on 4th down, the Rams would probably won the Super Bowl again by now. Honestly, it's insane to me how bad he is in his play calls on 4th down are, and it kind of cost them the game in the end, when it really shouldn't, because it got blocked in the end. And I'll say this about the Eagles. Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. Do I think he's a top 5 quarterback? No. Do I think he's a top 8 quarterback? If you asked me a few weeks ago, I would say yes. Right now, I would say maybe not no. I do think he is the 9th or 10th best quarterback in the league. And I know he's getting shit on a lot in the media for his lack of passing yards. But in this scenario, when he's down 19, he clutched up. He just does that. Jalen Hurts is a pretty clutch quarterback, and he plays good in big moments. If you don't like that, you can cope, because he does. I know, I don't like it either when he passes for 90 yards and wins a game against the Chiefs. I think it's stupid. But again, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, in the clutch. One of the best quarterbacks in the league, under pressure. When I say under pressure, I'm talking about big moments. They need to win this game. It's the playoffs. That big pressure, because he does clutch up, and you can't deny that. Of course, they won the game off a blocked field goal, but he also scored them 20 unanswered points, giving them the lead against the Rams. So, Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. Do I think he's a top 5, 8? No. I do think he's a top 10 quarterback, though. Right now, I do think he is. Again, he's overhyped by a lot by the Eagles fans, but he's also underhyped a lot by the NFL, so he's kind of just properly rated as quarterback. Now, I'll say this again. The Rams, they're too safe. And I respect Sean McVay being precautious, because a lot of teams go for touchdowns on 4th down, don't get it, and lose points. But again, you're facing the defending Super Bowl champions here, guys. They're not just going to win and wince down after being down 20 points. They're good. They're feisty. They're mean. They're going to fight back regardless of the score. And they did. It sucks that I wanted the Rams to win so bad. So bad I wanted the Rams to win. So goddamn it. That's after played a pretty solid game. It wasn't meant to be. These teams, I think, are going to meet the playoffs again. These teams are definitely going to meet the playoffs again. I'm a Rams lover. I'm picking the Rams every time against this team. I do not care how many times they lose against the Eagles. I'm picking the Rams to win every time. My confidence of this team is through the roof. Outside of the Ravens, obviously, there's not a team in the league I'm more confident in than the Rams each and every week. I don't know why. I like it. This game. Wow. So Jake Browning, you guys, I thought remember 2 years ago when he had Aura and he went 4-3. He threw interceptions with full touchdown passes, and they beat the Minnesota Vikings. Actually, this is a different time in the NFL. Time moves fast. History does not care about your feelings, and it did not care about Jake Browning's feelings. He got destroyed, and he had a very, very bad game. This is concerning because the Bengals probably should trade for like a Jameis Winston if they want to save their season. Now, of course, Jameis Winston's not going to win you every game, but he will keep you competitive at least. Jake Browning isn't. Again, the Vikings defense is very good, and people underestimate them a lot, but they're very good, and I think you gotta have a bit of a wild card player if you want to have a chance to make the playoffs when you get Joe Burrow back in December, and I don't think Jake Browning's it. I don't think he is it. I think he's already losing morale in the locker room. Of course, maybe I'm wrong, maybe they're still behind him, but I don't like it. Carson Wentz played good. What does he say? He didn't play much. He only had 20 passes, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns, played good. And again, people are going to shit on JJ McCarthy saying, oh my god, Carson Wentz, he's played so good. It's like, well, again, the Falcons defense is much better than the Bengals defense. And 2, he's played 2 games, guys. He's played 2 games. He played really bad in one. He played pretty good in the other one. Do you want him to be really good? Again, Carson Wentz has been an elite quarterback before. He knows systems. He's smart. Again, it's not like he's going to play way worse than JJ McCarthy. He's a rookie. JJ McCarthy, I'm pretty sure, is 21 years old. He is 21 years old, guys. Relax. All right? Kevin O'Connell's still a good coach. JJ McCarthy just growing pains. Could he be bad and suck? Maybe. Maybe he could suck. But again, it's too early to tell if he sucks or not because in 2 games. What else do you want me to say? Vikings on top. Vikings season is still alive. What can you say about that? On my mother's life, I hated this game with every fiber of my being. Out of all the games at 1 o'clock, I chose to watch majority of this game. Why did I do that? I don't know. I thought it'd be fun. I thought the Texans were gonna, show up and win. But you know what they didn't do? Show up and win. Okay, now that's a lie. The Texans defense played really good. No complaints to Texans defense. The first 3 weeks, they've played very good outside of that last drive against the Buccaneers. Outside of that, they've been really good. Arguably a top 5 defense in the league. Houston's offense is f***ing atrocious. It is atrociously bad. The O-line sucks. The run game sucks. CJ Stroud is playing bad. Yes. Is his O-line terrible? It is. Is his run game mediocre? Yes. But he made some pretty awful passes in this game, and the only time he made a good throw was a wide open Nico Collins down the sidelines. That was the only thing. That didn't impress me one bit. And again, it's not all his fault. The O-line is making him play really bad, but again, there's times where he has good protection, and he does nothing with the ball. He'll throw a terrible throw, he'll just throw it out of bounds, or he'll scramble and get sacked. And again, he still has lots of potential. But the more this goes on, the more it's going to ruin his development because he's still a young quarterback. He's 23 years old. And this is not good. But CJ Stroud, as bad as he plays, I still have hope for him, and I still think he can turn this round. On the other hand, Trevor Lawrence sucks. He just sucks. Okay? I don't care about the drop passes that happen. This man's decision-making has to be one of the worst in the NFL. His pinpoint throws are mid. Okay? He is 6'6", and he can't even see the field properly. Dude, Kyler Murray is 5'9", and he has his issues. He can see the field better than Trevor Lawrence. I don't know how it's possible, but for the life of me, Trevor Lawrence has the worst field vision for a quarterback in the NFL. It is so terrible. He can see over all the linemen. He's taller than all of them, and he still sucks. Do you know how bad you have to be to have field vision over everyone and still throw some horrendous passes and have some terrible decisions? Yeah, that's how bad it is. Now, I'm not saying he's a terrible quarterback. He's not. I think he's mid. I think Trevor Lawrence is super mid. If Trevor Lawrence was 5'10", he would not be a starting quarterback in the NFL right now. I will tell you that. That is my opinion. You can argue with that if you want. This game was awful. I hate this game so much. It didn't matter who won. It did not matter who won this game because I'm like, the culture is better than both these teams. Texans offense is awful. The Jags defense is actually decent. Their offense is, oh my god, Brian Thomas. I mean, this dude needs some therapy. He needs to get some therapy to get his shit fixed. Because that was rough to watch, man. You're a football player, lock in. You're afraid to get hit? Dude, everyone's afraid to get hit. Just catch the ball and do it. It's fine. It's football. Man, this game sucked. I know the next game. I'm done with this game. This game sucked. Also, by the way, Cam Little, what the was that, man? You missed a 39-yard field goal? What the was that? Horrible. Horrible. All right. Let's be honest, everybody. There was going to be some hootenanny, hooligan, tomfoolery going on at the 1 o'clock games, and you never expect what happened. The number one team in the league, we thought, just lost to the Cleveland Browns after dominating them for 95% of the game. Up 10-0 against one of the worst offenses in the league. With 4 minutes left, the Browns score 13 unanswered points on the Green Bay Packers. What happened? What the hell happened? I'll tell you what happened. The Browns defense clutched. Listen, last week they let up 41 points, but that was a deceiving game. I'm a Ravens fan. I told it last week. The Browns defense played really good that game. They just got on the field so long that they were exhausted and tired. They held Lamar in check pretty well for 3 quarters with 0 offense, and that's really good. If they had a good offense, they probably would have beat the Ravens last week. Things changed with a decent offense. The Browns are a top 10 defense. No doubt about it. Can't even hate on Myles Garrett's the best defensive end in the league, arguably the best player in the league right now. He clears TJ Watt. He's a bit better than Micah Parsons. He's so good. Mason Graham, that rookie, is a stud. He's going to be in Rookie of the Year category for sure. And the Browns just played a good-ass game, man. Offensively, they just played a safe game where they didn't do much. Joe Flacco threw a pick and didn't play very good. But they still managed to win. Quinshon Judkins, pretty good player so far. He could also get going and be in the Offensive Rookie of the Year category. So far, the Browns drafting looks pretty darn good. Dylan Thompson, Quinshon Judkins, Mason Graham. They killed it this year. And if Shedeur Sanders turns out to be good, all-time draft. Say right there, all-time draft. But I'm getting ahead of myself. The Packers had a hiccup, man. Listen, not every team's going to be perfect. You're going to have sloppy games. I don't think anything less of the Packers right now. They're still a really good team. Their O-line has issues for sure, but their defense is still elite. It is. They played great against the Browns. Offense struggled, but hey, man, listen, sometimes wacky stuff happens. What are you going to do? Move on. Justin Herbert's that guy, man. I'm eating Justin Herbert after all this shit I talked from January to now about Justin Herbert. He's proved me wrong every single game after clutch throws, elite throws, and great plays. Justin Herbert is arguably the best quarterback in the league right now. And I think the Chargers, out of all the teams, look the best. Every team has looked like they've had a hiccup or two. The Chargers are the only team right now that I'd say, oh wow, this team is looks solid in and out. Even the Eagles, they had to come back from 20. This team looks really, really good. They're probably going to win the AFC West. I hope they do, because I don't want the Chiefs winning. Oh, man, the Broncos, though. Bo Nix, sophomore slump. Let's be honest here. He's having a sophomore slump. There's no doubt about it here. The run game is still pretty good for this team, but Bo Nix is lacking the throwing ability. He's not there. And the defense is a bit worse, man. It's a bit worse. It's still good. They're still getting great pass rushes, but it's not as dominant as it was last year, and it's starting to show holes in that offense. And I think they got to pick up that pace and lock down that defense. Sean Payton is a great coach, but he's also one stubborn like Mike Vrabel and not choosing to run with his rookie running back RJ Harvey. Now, I'm not going to shit on him too much, considering J.K. Dobbins has played 2 back-to-back good games, but you kind of know where you're getting with J.K. Dobbins. There's some untapped potential in RJ Harvey that you don't know could happen. He could be way better, and he is shown to be pretty good. Just throwing that out there. Overall, the Broncos just don't have enough weapons on offense to compete with the Chargers, and I think that's going to be their downfall later in the season, The wide receiving core is not the greatest. I like Cortland Sutton, but you got to get offensive weapons on that. Moving on. Cardinals, Niners. The Niners won, but at what cost? Nick Bosa is out for the year. That's a huge loss. That basically confirms that you're not winning the Super Bowl, because if you don't have your elite pass rusher playing, the chances you win are so low now that you're not going to win. The Niners can still make the playoffs. They're not going to do anything. Their injuries are absurd. I don't know if it's a curse or their strength and conditioning coach is feeding them like junk food and nothing else in the offseason, because I don't know who he is, but he's got to be one of the worst strength and conditioning coaches in the league, because they're at a point, yes, there's players that are injury prone. At a point when you are leading the league in injuries every single year, that is an issue with your strength and conditioning team. And it's got to be bad because everyone's getting hurt. Everyone is getting hurt in the Niners team. Their O-line isn't even that bad, too. You can't even excuse an O-line for, players getting hurt, too. Their O-line's actually decent. It doesn't make any sense. Mac Jones, man, he's still a serviceable backup, and he can win you games. But you're going to be without Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, your best defensive end, and you got Fred Warner back there who's killing it, but you never know when he's going to go out, too. Let's be real. Just a game they needed to for sure win, because they were definitely cooked the last game. They're not winning anything this year. The Cardinals, in their hand, played a sloppy game. They didn't do much. Poor Jim Connor is out for the year. He got his leg torn up pretty bad, so sucks for him. I like James Conner, great guy. Trey Benson's going to take over the full, and I like Trey Benson a lot. Marvin Harrison, just... Like, I criticize Kyler Murray for not passing to you, and then when he does pass to you, just drop the ball. Like, locked in, bro. Generational talent. Let's go, man. Lock in. Target up, bud. Well, that was interesting. Now, if you watch my prediction videos, which no one really did, I said Bears win 28-20 because I thought you get your ass kicked by the Lions, and Ben Johnson's a former coach on that team. He's probably pretty mad. You're 0-2. You have high expectations. You've got to win. Let me show you the face of Ben Johnson when they scored their second touchdown to go up 14-3. Do you think that's a man that would be tolerated with? That is a man on demon time who was going to kick the crap out of the next team he saw, and that team was the Dallas Cowboys in Chicago. Majority of people pick the Cowboys, and that shocked me to my core. Because they're like, oh my god, the Bears let up 50 points? I'm like, yeah, they let up 50 points against the Lions at home, who are a top 3 offense when healthy. The Cowboys allowed 37 points at home against the Giants, who we just saw on Sunday night have a shitty offense. So, if the Cowboys allowed 37 points, with the Giants having terrible O-line because Andrew Thomas was playing, what do you think the Bears were going to do? Because we knew the Bears are shaky. They're a better offense than the Giants. Oh, they were going to kick the crap out of this team. And they did. Their offense just wiped the floor with the Cowboys' defense. The Cowboys' defense is ass. They have no pass rush. Matter of fact, this is the first game in Caleb Williams' career he didn't get sacked. Huh, who would have thought having Micah Parsons make that big of a deal? Their secondary, ass! Their linebacking core, ass! Their defensive line, ass! Even though Sam Williams and Kenny Clark are actually not bad players, but overall it's ass, bro! DaRon Bland, like, even with DaRon Bland back, it's going to help. Their secondary is still going to suck ass. You think DaRon Bland being back is going to fix Trayvon Diggs and Elam's game? No. Or freaking the safety's name right here. Like, you think it's going to fix their game? Hell no. Hell no. Yeah, one receiver's going to be covered by DaRon Bland, and they'll cover it well. Everyone else is going to be open. Everyone else is open. Their linebackers can't cover. Their cornerbacks can't cover. They can't get pass rush. They're ass. The Bears, on their hand, made a statement win. Caleb Williams played freaking great, looked awesome. And what else can you say? It was a bounce-back game. It was kind of an obvious game where you thought the Bears were going to win. A lot of people didn't think they were going to win for some reason. I don't know. But that's it. CeeDee Lamb got hurt 4 to 6 weeks. Even with CeeDee Lamb there, I still think they lose. They probably would have lost by, I think they probably lost by 8 points, like in my prediction. But nothing there. Their offense looked horrible without him. The Chiefs had a fine game. Mahomes didn't play that great. He had a lot of crappy throws. He had some decent throws and some good throws. I'll give him that. But he had 3 passes behind the line of scrimmage, which he threw 2 terrible ones. And then Chris Collinsworth is like, oh my god, did you see Patrick Mahomes just take the ball out of Bobby O'Kerrigan? This guy's insane. He's got a dick so far up his own that it's going through his mouth. And I'll declare Chris Collinsworth as the worst announcer in NFL football right now because he's terrible. He's actually horrible. He's not only annoying, everything he says doesn't make a lick of sense. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. You guys can shit on Joe Buck and Troy Aikman and Jim Nantz all you want. Those guys can actually commentate on a game, even if they're annoying. They know what they're talking about. Chris Collinsworth doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He does not know what the hell he's talking about. I respect him as a player. Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer in the 60s, and he would get toast today. He would get destroyed today. But, good for him and his shitty commentary. Yeah, this game was just boring as hell. Nothing really happened. The Chiefs just kind of walked over them. They made Pacheco look decent, which is very hard to do, considering Pacheco is one of the worst running backs in the league. Tyquan Thornton is good. Surprisingly good. Travis Kelce had some good catches, even though Tyquan Thornton and Travis Kelce both support their brethren, Rashee Rice, in his car crashes. Because I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but I think Travis Kelce does support speeding on the highway and putting people's lives in danger. That's not me saying that. That's just him wearing the shirt. But, maybe his girlfriend will peg him later. All right, next game.
Hello, everyone. I yelled too much that the shitty $20 mic I use basically just came up as static and was too butthurt to re-record, so I'm using this. So, John Harbaugh needs to get his shit fixed. It's been 15 fucking years and this guy still can't fix the secondary which he specializes in. Derrick Henry is treading into a bad territory that could lead to his downfall, which makes me big sad. The entire O-line is secretly working for Al-Qaeda for the amount they were self-sabotaging my guy Lamar. It brought tears to my eyes. David Montgomery dragged his nuts all over our team. Good win for the Lions. Ravens continue to look for answers. That's it, see ya.